You're still dividing radicals in algebra 2, so let me show you how. First, you're going to multiply by the conjugate, and the conjugate is basically going to be the denominator, but instead of having subtraction, you're going to use addition. So we're going to have 3 plus the square root of 5. Now, what you do to the denominator, you must also do to the numerator. And then we're going to multiply. So you have a binomial times a binomial in the numerator. So we're going to use FOIL. So first would be 3 times 3, which we know is 9. Then we have 3 times the square root of 5, which we know would be 3 times the square root of 5. So then you move on to the negative square root of 7 times 3. And that's going to be negative 3 square root of 7. And then last, you have a negative square root of 7 times a positive square root of 5. That's going to make a negative square root of 35. Now we're going to move on to the denominator. Since you have conjugates, whenever you FOIL these, the middle terms will cancel. So you're going to be left with just the first term and then the last term. So let's go ahead and multiply the first two terms to see what we get as our first term, which would be 9. And then we're going to multiply the last two terms to see what we get for our last term. You have a negative square root of 5 times a positive square root of 5. That's going to give me just negative 5. Next, we're going to see if we can simplify any of these terms in the numerator. So looking at 9, it looks good. Moving on to the square root of 5, that's fully simplified. The square root of 7 is fully simplified. And then the square root of 35 is fully simplified. Now, in the denominator, you do have 9 minus 5, and we know that is 4. So we're just going to write our final answer as 9 plus 3 times the square root of 5 minus 3 times the square root of 7 minus the square root of 35, all of this over 4. And then that is it. If you haven't followed us already, make sure you follow us for more Algebra 2 content. We will see you next time.